Hello and welcome to my channel where I talk about all things bras and briefs, whether that is designing it, making it, selling it, building a brand, so you can get your answers quicker and your lingerie designs out into the world. Today I am going to talk all about how I got my brand into Topshop, and I thought there'll be a few key points on how I did this. So I have used different methods to get my brand into different stores, and this is just one of the methods. So I set up my brand in 2005. It was meant to be launched in 2004, but the factory I had sourced where I was getting all my lingerie made had gone bust, taking everything with it. So I had to restart again, which looking back is a bonus because I learned how to sew to a standard which I was happy with to sell all the lingerie pieces. Before setting up my own brand, I had worked as a lingerie designer for the high street stores. It was a UK manufacturer and I designed for like Next, Topshop, River Island. So I had been into Topshop before, their head office, but like all the bigger places, they have different buyers for different parts of what they're going to buy. So the lingerie department had a buyer, assistant buyer, junior buyer, and then if you were an independent brand, it was again a different buyer. So if you're approaching any places you want to get your lingerie in, the key point is to get the correct buyer to start with, and this can be done by looking on their website. They may have it. But how I got the name was I had to just ring up. So they weren't okay to give me the buyer's number, but they were okay to give me the assistant buyer's email address. So I then email them and I state I will be in London on this date, and it would be a shame for them to miss out looking at all the collections while I am there and to see whether it would be suited to sit into their store. I sent a couple of images, a couple of bits about the brand. So I was flying in from Belfast, so it was quite time sensitive that I could only go see them at certain points. So from that, she was like, I'll check with the buyer. And so we went back and forth for quite a bit. And then I got CC'd in with the buyer's email address. So with that, I then had that contact. So I then sent more images, more stuff about the brand, and really hyped it up and CC'd the buyer back into the loop. And from that, I got my appointment. 2 days before my appointment, the assistant buyer contacts me and goes, oh, we can't make that appointment anymore. We could make it on this date. So it was like cancel flights, cancel accommodation, and I booked it all in. So whilst I went to London and had this meeting with Topshop, I also then had researched other shops, independent shops I would like to get my lingerie stocked in, and then literally spent the whole day introducing myself, walking around, taking my collection, dropping off any press I had, dropping off any, I'd done like a little press pack, so with information about the brand, images, everything, so I could leave it with the buyer or the owner and they could look at it, and then I had that contact point to make at a later date as a follow-up. So ways I think I got the appointment with the buyer, and it's one thing I would use with other buyers when I would speak to them, would be words like, I'm in your area for this date, or I would like to set up a meeting for this date. So you're kind of leading when you would like to see them, which gives them the impetus to say yes or no, or to change the date, rather than leave it all open-ended and say, when are you free? Because if you've ever worked with a buyer, they are super busy and hardly ever free. So, and another thing I would speak so positive and passionate about my brand and use words like, I wouldn't want you to miss out. We could just take 10 minutes. It'd be great for you to have a look over everything so you know how the brand works, to see it all. So you are guiding them, so they are wanting to see your brand so you're kind of making them feel they're going to miss out if they don't get to see this. And I know the hardest thing to do is to sell your own stuff. Someone else's, you're like, pull, sell. Your own, it could be so much harder. And you've just got to realise that you may only get one chance with this person. So you've just got to go all out and, yeah, just speak so positively and passionate about what you are selling and why you are selling it, that person picks up on that and wants to come see you. What I would do differently now, if it was me approaching buyers and shops, I would, as well as finding out all the details, I would also find them on LinkedIn or Instagram or something where I have another connection, and it could be the fact that you're commenting on pictures they've posted or messaging directly on LinkedIn, just so then your name comes up and you're not always going in cold. The conversations back to Topshop, back and forth, took approximately about 3 months, and within that it would be me telling them updates on the brands or new collections I was developing. It would be me telling them about if I'd got stocked elsewhere. So it was kind of like a newsletter that I was constantly keeping them updated. And I would also, having gone into the store, looked around before I had emailed them as well, and had key points on what I thought my brand would sit well, where I thought it would work well with outerwear, key colours I thought it would work well with or that I was developing my brand to be. And because I was the first person to stock with them that went up to an F cup, I had to really promote and sell why I thought my brand would work well within their store. So I go to this meeting and it's literally probably 10-15 tops, and there's no meeting rooms, and I think we had the meeting, we were either going to have it in a canteen or I think one came free in the end, but it was literally, we've got 10 minutes. So I took all the samples. I also took, and this is where quite a few people go wrong, you need a purchase order form. When you go find a shop that you want to sell in, or you've got a meeting, you need a purchase order form. So when they do make a purchase, you can write it all down. You can either have it on your iPad and write it and send an email, have it handwritten, take a picture, send an email, handwrite them both. It doesn't matter, as long as they leave with a copy and you've got a copy exactly what they're going to purchase. And this could be like 1 times Danny bra in size 32, 1 times, you've got the amount, the size and what it is. I do have a PDF form free on my website. If you click under shops and free, there's like quite a lot of forms there which you can print out and take with you, so you've got something for your meeting. So we have this meeting and it goes brilliantly, and they are going, yes, I would like to place an order. So I'd gone in this September and I had taken the collection for the following spring summer. I was used to working in collections by my previous job, so this was what I was going to just drop in spring summer and autumn winter. So I'd taken all the stuff that I'd wanted for my next collection. They said, we really love this, but we don't want your next collection, we want this season's, we want to be able to drop it in October, November, December. I did not have that collection. I thought I was being super savvy, working 6 months ahead, which I was. I wasn't expecting anyone to say they wanted it now. So I lied. I said, well, I'm not going back to Belfast for another like 3 to 4 days. But when I'm back, I'll send you all the pictures and all the quantities you can have and all the size ranges, and so you can place an order. I flew back the following day and I handmade the whole new collection. And because I work usually when I make my collections on colour, so it all ties in. So my collections were always quite strong within the Liberty jersey print. So I had quite a lot of meter samples sat in my studio. So then I checked with the fabric supplier to make sure they had enough because they were all dead stock. And then from there, I sat and I sewed all the collections. I had all my patterns ready because I had done the collection for the next season. So I just used all the same patterns and I handmade it all, photographed it all. It was all flat laid. They had seen the quality and everything because it was still Liberty jersey from the previous when I'd been there. So there was a mesh, there was a Liberty Tana lawn, there was a red jersey with like black unicorns and lime green bows, and there was another Liberty print. So there was 4 bras with briefs and thongs, and took pictures and they placed an order. I handmade that order and it slightly killed me because they kept adding on to the order, and of course I was like, yep, that's no problem. And they ended up with their first order ordering over £3,000 worth, and this is back in 2005, and that was over 300 to 400 pieces that I sat and handmade from September to get a delivery, 2 deliveries in, one for their website, one for their store in November. I would not recommend sitting and sewing for that. I missed the whole of autumn, so it would be from 7 to 11. However, that then snowballed onto getting me stocked with other stores, other websites, because quite a lot of people will say, who else are you stocked with? So they're kind of gauging whereabouts your brand will sit and if they want to take you on. I hope this has helped. I will be also covering in another video how I got stocked in another big store doing a sale and return and how that all worked. And if you want to go look on the website for the free stuff, for the free purchase form, then please do. And if you have any questions, please ask away, because I love nothing more than talking about lingerie design. Till later, bye bye.